Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shay Marriott.
And it's your boy, Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South. Got something to say?
Tonight, we are going to be talking about Black men and friendships. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Let's go.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to The Rebirth. I'm your host, Shay Marriott.
And it's your boy, Eli Isabel.
What's up?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
What up, folks? Thank y'all for joining us tonight. As you know, we are continuing Father's Day month as we give all praise, shout outs, big ups to Black men.
Oh, I was great. I thought you was great. Say to God.
Well, that's my little partner too, but we ain't talking about him right now. But that's my
okay.
That's my partner though. But yeah, listen, man. I'm excited that we continue to do this for the month of June, and nevertheless, tonight,
yeah, we have a good show tonight.
Yes,
there's family. Family is in the building tonight, so I'm very excited. I'm not gonna introduce them yet, but I will. Yeah.
Yes.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was great.
That's okay.
Can I say it? Father's Day was cool.
Okay.
So I did something I hadn't done before.
What's that?
And I won't do again.
What?
The melting pot. There you go.
Oh, you went to the melting pot.
Went to the melting pot
Okay.
and the amount of coin we spent.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, this is.
You
like,
could have cooked at home.
This is something you do to show off if you were trying to take a woman out and try to flex. But I knew everybody I was with, so to me it was kind of like crazy that we spent this kind of money.
Right.
And I had to cook my own damn food.
Yeah. It's different. I didn't know you've never been to the melting pot.
And I won't go again.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing against them. It's just the distance I traveled. We went to the one up by King of Prussia.
Oh, you went to the one in King of Prussia.
Yeah, we went to that one. And prior to that, I did another thing I never done.
What's that?
I went to Corks and Candles. I made my own candle.
What scent did you do? What scent did you do?
I kept it simple. I did vanilla bourbon and I did sugar cookie. I didn't have time to mix all that.
Nice.
I was just trying to get to the wine.
Did you have a good time?
I ended up having a good time.
Yeah.
It was
candles.
It was a very feminine Father's Day.
Okay.
No crabs and beer.
Okay.
Which is what But shout out to my family. Thank y'all. I don't want you to.
Yeah, that's nice. He appreciated y'all. He appreciated it.
How was your weekend?
It was good. I had my fan, y'all, because I'm a little hot right now. But it was good. So Father's Day, Friday, I sent Shannon for a massage for Father's Day. Yeah.
At the spot?
Yep.
Black owned?
Yes. Shout out to
They only pay
they don't want to know. Oh, okay. Right.
Now go ahead. We're gonna shout out the Black business. Go ahead.
Shout out to Winnie at it's called the Yellow Door Spa now, also known as Enlightened Elements, but it's called the Yellow Door Spa.
Oh, they changed the name.
They changed the name. Yep.
Under new management.
So no, she still has it.
Oh.
Yeah. So we did that, and then Saturday I went home to Jersey.
V-Town.
Got a chance to see my family. It was so good seeing my uncles and my aunt and my cousins.
Yeah.
And we went to his best friend's Father's Day barbecue.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
You ate good?
And I actually didn't eat there. I did. No, I didn't eat. I mean, my appetite. Would you stop?
Exactly.
It was outside. Oh my God. Anyway.
I know what that means.
Well, we came later. So when I stopped at my aunt's house, I had ate a little bit there. So I wasn't hungry when I got to the barbecue.
You knew how the house was.
So anyway, Lord have mercy. I ain't mad
at you. I'm finicky about it. If your house smell funny, I can
Then Sunday. That is not true. We were outside. Sunday.
Go ahead.
Sunday. What did I do Sunday? Absolutely nothing. We did go see Bad Boy.
Okay.
Did you see it yet?
I haven't. I want to see it. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. And yeah, that was about it. And kind of pretty much chilled out back in the Oasis.
That's not a bad. There it is. I hope the guests, you have to take them back there.
Absolutely.
They're going to get lost this time.
Listen, I got to shout out my assistant, Jen Marshall, because she held it down at Juneteenth Day this weekend. She was one of the hosts there. This was her first time hosting something that big. So she did an absolutely great job. So congratulations, Jen Marshall, Boss Up Brand. Okay.
Tell me later how Christopher Williams was.
Oh, yeah.
He was good?
Yeah.
He was sober?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I like my Christopher Williams sober. Like when he performing. I don't care what he do after he got up stage. I'm just saying, I like him.
Okay.
And my background sing, and my background sing.
I guess it's time to find out what the South got something to say.
Let's do it.
You ready?
You already
All
know.
right.
All right. Yeah, welcome to the South Got Something to Say segment. Tonight, I want to touch on parenting and the people that we birth children with. Yes, I see a lot of children that come from difficult situations because either one of the parents is or neither one of them is there. Or there are some mental health issues, or there is some kind of trauma that the child is born into. And possibly because, I can't read. And possibly because of the parents and grandparents and great-grandparents. I know I typed this really fast. I see a lot of people refusing to deal with those issues in any way, shape, or form. Most of the time, we don't want to address things that hurt us simply because it hurt us to deal with it. But the bigger picture is when you have hurt and broken people coming together. Those are the people we don't want making babies. Now, either one or the other, if not both, and they have children, I'm all over the place. What do you think you're going to get?
I don't know what's happening
Well,
right now. What?
My contacts, I ain't got my glasses on.
Oh, okay. It's your contact.
Start over, Jen. What's the readers? I might need these moments. Damn, Carl. I just saw downtown Dallas. All right, anyway. When we have hurt or broken people coming together, what kind of children do you think we're going to get?
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that when we meet people, we have to look beyond the booty, beyond the bank account. Because when people meet each other, that's kind of where we start at, the physical. And sometimes we overlook the more serious things, the mental health issues, the family history, the trauma, because we are paying attention to the outer exterior. And then before you know it, we're now making children who come into this world with issues. What are those children going to do? They're going to one day have children. If these things aren't addressed, they're going to create more children. And before you know it, you have a 40, 50, 60-year history of your bloodline is jacked up.
Right.
Because no one has ever addressed any of the issues with bringing children into this world in the midst of trauma or born with trauma. So I say all that to say, gentlemen and women, but I'm talking to the fellas today. Be mindful. Don't go for I know we typically go for the physical because we're men and that's what we see first, but get to learn a woman a little deeper and see what she's about. Learn a little bit about her history, because once she's pregnant and you got this kid coming into the world with all these issues, they ADHD, these little jokers are violent too. These children handle every situation with hitting, smacking, kicking. I work with them every day. This is how our children today problem solve. So just be mindful of who you procreate with. Women also, you have the prize. You don't have to give it to every joker that comes along, because you don't know what he got going on. And men are notorious for hiding their shit. So you meeting Daquan, and Daquan been touched by his uncle, and you don't notice. So now you got all of this mess. You got to deal with that. Y'all have a kid. He's got to be exposed to his traumatic stuff that he's never dealt with. So just be mindful of who you procreate with. Fellas, this is for y'all. Happy Father's Day.
All right.
And that's what the South got to say.
Okay.
I just got away from my notes because
just throwing natural.
And once I put Carl's glasses on, I completely went blind. I've been up here Ray Charles in this whole thing for the last 40 seconds.
Oh my God.
Now I see clearly now.
That's definitely good. That's definitely good information, because I think I was just having this conversation. We can't, back in the day, you worried about the credit score. And what else did we talk about? Credit score and maybe like education. I mean, well, for women, those were things that, people will always say, right? But now you need to have have you had a mental health examination done? Because people got some issues.
People do.
And they're not getting help for it. And that's bringing it into the relationships.
Right. And back in the day, I was notorious for dating at least with a 400 credit score and a little crazy. Thank God for growth.
I don't know why y'all like crazy women. What is wrong with y'all?
Crazy women got that. That's a fact.
Oh Lord.
You're a little off.
Oh,
you might have been a rocker like once or twice. That thing blazing.
That's who you going for?
Not no more.
Okay.
I like to stable now.
Right. Okay.
Back in the day.
Got you.
She might swing on me.
Back in the day, you also liked them with short arms. So I'm just saying. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're just joining us, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Black men and friendships. Well, you talked about the story.
I never said I liked. I didn't know she had a short arm. What are you talking about?
Well,
It's not like I saw her and be like,
I'm
you
just
come
saying.
with me.
Make sure you say good evening. If you're just joining us, speak to us. Let me hear from you in the comments.
Oh my God.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. These guys that's coming on, they're my brothers. They are my brothers. Seriously, we've been knowing each other since 1998.
Wow.
Yeah, 1998. They both were in my first wedding. They both was in my first wedding, and they are like my brothers. So welcome to the Rebirth, Carl and Stan.
What up, fellas?
Carl Smith and Stan Morgan.
What's going on, Rebirth fam? How's everybody doing? How are y'all doing?
We
What's
good.
good?
How you doing? Thank y'all for coming.
Hello, good people.
Stan is so proper.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
What's up?
They're still here, and you. They was at the first. They still around. What is?
Okay, here you go. Nah, you gonna make me spill.
They outlasted them. All right, boy. Just an
That's
observation.
my man's in there.
Just an
They're my
observation.
man's in there.
No, I'm
Lord
people. I'm not saying.
Jesus.
I'm just saying the fellas hung in there.
What's up, Priscilla? Come get your husband, girl. Come get your husband because he is acting up. Anyway, welcome to the Rebirth, guys. How y'all doing?
We're chilling. We're enjoying the new digs.
Oh,
This is
Thank
looking
you.
good.
Thank you.
Looking
Happy
very Frank
Father's
Twain-ish.
Day to y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
What y'all been up to? What did you guys do for Father's Day?
I actually, I got him like holding it like he's my valet. Hold my mic, nigga. No, I had one of the best Father's Days ever. I gotta admit, all my kids came over. They surprised me. It was a bunch of gifts. Usually I like to stay low key, just be, like you said, beer and barbecue and just chilling. But everybody came over. But we did have Wing-A-Rama, so we got wings from all over the land, and we had a bunch of wings, ate beer, cards, gifts. Yeah, Wing-A-Rama. Yep, that's what I called it. No, I was making up some crap. Yeah, I just said Wing-A-Rama. Let's make them. Nah, go get yourself some wings from wherever. All your favorite wings. Go back to your favorite spot or house, wherever, and get busy. And we had a ball. We had a ball.
I like it.
Oh, I know that was a party because y'all have a good time when y'all all together. That's good. What about you, Stan?
Hold on a second. I gotta circle back to Wing-A-Rama. So it's like wings with like 6 or 12 wings from different spots.
Wingstop.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, we didn't get Buffalo Wild Wings. We got what else was it?
Thank you.
Sorry, right in the background.
Speak up.
Yeah, Hotman Avenue Amish wings.
Oh, not the Amish people.
Y'all made the
Yeah, we
round.
got the Amish.
Y'all made the round.
Yeah, the Amish people.
The Amish people wings.
Yep, the Amish people
Oh.
wings. We're from Philly, so we got them from Philly. It's different on the Amish spot.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
The Duck
nice.
Country Market. So we got wings from everywhere, and we just put 2 or 3 each from each place on a plate.
Okay.
Get you some beer. We even got KFC. Just for the control group.
Why would you do that to them? You know KFC can't compete with the Amish.
Love KFC.
What?
I love
Oh,
KFC.
It's not. You know.
Really? Y'all still eat KFC?
Front row KFC.
Can you hand me my tinfoil hat about what what KFC really is?
I'm here for a good time, not long.
I heard that.
That is hilarious. So before we jump into our conversation, we had a little contest yesterday for Father's Day, and the winners of that contest would receive tickets for the Rebirth meetup. So congratulations, you both will be having tickets to come to the Rebirth meetup
Oh, we
on
didn't do a
July
little blah, blah, blah,
20th.
you know?
Well, all right.
Look at the lead up. No lead up. Just
Y'all will get y'all will get the tickets. July, we'll already have your name and everything at the door. So
Okay.
July 20th. Yep. Both you get 2 tickets apiece. So bring your loved one. And we're gonna have a great time.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Con.
That was right on time.
So people, everybody know what we're talking about. Let's go to the Rebirth meetup real quick. And if you haven't got your ticket, make sure you go to rebirthu.com and get your tickets now, guys. We actually only have under 20 tickets left at this
Let's
point.
go.
So once they're sold out, they're sold out. That will be it.
You can watch this.
Heaven knows what to say, even though for right now you're so far away. I hope and I pray somewhere in your heart I'll always stay. Sun doesn't shine without you.
All right, welcome back. Once again, if you have not got your ticket, make sure you go to rebirthu.com and get your tickets.
Great opportunity to come out and hang out with Shay and I and network, meet some cool people, man, in a very dope atmosphere. I'm telling you, when you're at the Chancery Market, you don't feel like you where you are. It's just a whole different vibe here for the city, and I love it.
Yeah,
and I can't wait to do it. And it's a little more informal, so we can drink and cut up.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time.
The whole 3 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. All right, so let's get into the conversation.
Fellas, now, first and foremost, how long have y'all been friends?
About 1,000 years.
Since about 86.
So what grade is this? Give me a grade.
Yeah, ninth grade.
Okay.
Wow.
High
No,
school.
well, no, we met in ninth grade, but we weren't friends until maybe 87 or so.
Summer 86, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So between 86 and 87. Yep.
Wow.
Oh no, wait, I'm completely off. We met when's freshman year? 85, and then friends around 86, 87.
Oh, we taking it back a little bit. Okay.
So the 80s.
Wow, that's a long
Yep.
time.
That's dope.
Yeah. So what has kept y'all friendship together this long? Because that's a long time.
Codependency and desperation.
That'll do it.
Unwilling to grow. No.
No, I mean, he's right in the way because
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for this guy because he's been my conscious, unfiltered honesty.
Right.
I can say we've been our sounding board since day one.
Wow.
Nothing is off limits. It's just been, and then, you know, it's not a high maintenance. We're just what I call him. I call him my heterosexual life mate, for lack of a better term. I mean,
Right.
yeah, it's just. Well, it's been nice, you know. My wife is off screen, but you on the phone with Stan? It's 2 a.m. Like, I'm there, you know, we ain't talking about nothing. We do
Right.
Warp Factor 10, Star Trek, Star Wars, but when it doesn't matter if it's goofy, it doesn't matter if it's serious. We've been able to. It's a small circle of like my true friends that we've been kicking it for. Everyone's at least 20 years in, and him and my other boy, like they've been the longest. But with this guy, he's just and a lot of, like I said, I'd have gotten to a lot of dumb stuff, and I would have done a lot of goofy, especially when I was younger, when you think you're invincible.
Right.
And you know, he was there for a lot of it. So he was the guy that was like, "Don't do it," and I was like, "All right, all right."
Talk you off the ledge. So listen, you say you guys started rocking about 84, 85. Like, what was the defining moment when you guys were like, you know what, he cool as hell, I'm gonna rock. That's my guy. Like, was there anything that happened, or just from hanging around each other, you just kind of like blended? Like, was there a defining moment? Was like, that's my man.
I don't know. Like I should probably think for a second before I talk, but I'm not going to.
That's better podcasting right there. Go for it.
That they I don't know, like somewhere around in there, there's that point where you're just like talking. Well, when you're younger, like as men, we always go out. So your friends are usually the people you end up going to party with. You may talk on the phone, and then at some point you're hanging out, you're going out and everything, and then as you get older, as people, you know, as you may move out of your house, you graduate college, I don't know, those people just end up still being there. You still talk about subjects, you kind of grow together, and I guess that's it. I guess it's like you grow together, as opposed to some friends, some people that you know. There's friends, there's people that you know, and people that you're cool with,
right?
And you just see the friendship kind of outlasting the other two categories.
Wow.
The other two people you may see, but they're not your friend.
How do you guys handle conflict? has there been a time where you've actually really had like a major conflict and stopped talking?
Well, we tried to kill each other a few times. I mean, literally, like, yeah. I mean, there's been times where, no, I mean, not really. Well, yeah, I would say not literally, but kind of literally. But yeah, he's. No, we talked like. Oh yeah, he wanted to kill me at your wedding.
What?
Yeah, he wanted to kill me at your wedding. It was the whole ride back to home thing that kind of got lost in translation. Liquor may or may not have been involved that day, as there was plenty of libations flowing around and signals got crossed, and he kind of got left at the hotel. So I think that may have been the maddest he was ever at me in my life, as far as I know. But he was really ready to. I know we can't say what I was about to say, but I know he's really to whip my ass. I know you at that point. It was bad because then I came back to the hotel. Hey, what's going on? Like 18 hours later and whatnot. So, but usually we just talk. You know, something's happened. We'll just tell each other, "Hey, man, I was a little frustrated about such and such." Oh, I didn't mean it like that. It was like this. So we talk it out. Like
now
yeah,
that's major.
yeah.
Don't you think that is major?
We get it out the way.
Yeah, so you guys don't get offended with like if one of you come to each other and say, "Hey, I ain't like the way you said this," or you know, okay.
No. Like it's so much history, and like I said,
Yeah.
my circle, my squad, and you know them all. Like if
Mhm.
they reach out and say, "Hey," look, on the side, "Hey, man, I didn't appreciate something," and I'll just say, "Oh, look, my bad, man. I didn't mean like that."
Mhm.
And then there are times where I just been like, "Okay," like I said it. And, yeah. Well, you know me, but it's like if I think I'm in the right, I'm just like, "You didn't say it like that. That was ignorant." I'm like,
Like you know,
"Bro, you needed to hear it, so don't come to me if you don't want the," as he calls it, the brick of truth.
right.
And I like that that's our phrase. Like, if you can't handle getting hit upside the head with the brick of truth, then it just is what it is. Don't come. Yeah, don't come. Don't ask for advice if you don't want flat out advice.
Yeah.
So this leads me to this question. So how do you guys, like with us, we're ego driven. You know what I mean with men, and we feel like even if you're my man, and I feel like you kind of stepped on my toes a little bit, I'll feel away, and it's natural. How are you guys able to like put your ego aside and still like when things happen or things are said to you, you put your ego aside and you not let it ruin the friendship?
Just what you said. To humble yourself. These are your people, so they're not going to tell you wrong. Your first reaction is always the last shot and be like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But usually we all take a pause, and you can't be right all the time. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror and realize you're the asshole. So you can't be always right. So it's just you listen, you digest what the other person has to tell you, and you just kind of take it as constructive criticism. I mean, if you can't take some constructive criticism, then we don't need to be boys anyway. And thank God all of us can handle that. So you kind of just don't, listen to listen, not listen to react.
I want to ask, just for purposes of the example, what do you mean by step on toes? Like, can you give me an example of?
So, just say something that really may offend me. If you were talking, I don't know, just say, I'm just going for lack of a better example. If you said something about my wife really bothered me. I mean, that's kind of as deep as it can get for men. It comes down to women and money. That's what pisses us off. For the most part, that's how you do it. Friendship.
Oh, okay, I see.
Women and money do it for us. So if something is like really affected me, you said something about my wife, for example. I mean, something to that degree.
Oh, okay.
How you guys have not that example, but something similar? How are you able to overcome that? Thank you.
Oh, and strangely enough, that has happened. I
was saying for example, but it actually happened. All right.
I don't like his wife, so I'm
all ears.
That's the first thing. I told you not to marry that. No, but like Carl said, I guess it comes with age and being mature about it. If Carl was like, hey, I didn't appreciate when you said X about the wife. Now you can either say, huh, I mean that shit, F her and everything, and then or you can be like, hey, this is my good friend. I was joking around, but it was a joke. It was a joke that she is offended by.
Right.
You whether you're 20, 30 or whatever, you should be able to say, okay, hey, I was trying to be funny, but you didn't find it funny. I'm sorry about that. And that should end it. Now, on I guess with some people on my side, I could get offended and get mad at him. On Carl's side, he could get offended that I said it, and that could lead to the estrangement. But we've always been able to work stuff like that out. And I stopped talking about her. So
Well, that helps.
I love you, Delonda. Maybe you should have married me.
Tell them how you really feel.
Right. Well, one thing I can say in regards to Carl, Carl is not going to back anybody that's wrong. He is a truth teller. He will tell the truth, and he don't care.
Integrity.
It is. Yeah. You know,
The I word.
Yeah. He has done that, and he has proven that. So.
And he's like really shrinking over here. I just noticed how little he is. What you doing, brother? What's the secret?
Don't drink beer every day.
Every
other day.
So if you follow the Carl Smith work regimen, you drink beers on Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and occasionally Thursday.
So it's a 4-day split.
It's 4-day split. 4-3.
When he walked in, I was like,
You got to add that to the
"There's a
fitness
little,
plan,
you know,
right?
skin tea out here." in these streets.
That's what's up. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that too. I know it's about Black men and friendship,
Yeah.
but I also want to ask you guys in regards to Black men and health, because we actually had Kareem on last week.
Kareem Boston.
Yeah, shout out to him. He was a fitness trainer out of Atlanta, and we was just kind of talking about the importance of Black men taking care of themselves, making sure y'all getting checked and physicals and and all of that. Because especially our men, our Black men, y'all getting hit a lot with prostate cancer, diabetes, all kind of things, right? So do y'all work out together? Do you hold yourself accountable in the brotherhood in regards to health wise?
You can start that off because you
Oh yeah, because I see you in the gym stand.
Sadly, I'm like Wolverine. I'm a lone wolf. I'm no one works out. No one I know works out other than me and Norm. But that said, some friends of mine, through me constantly nagging them all the time, they try to be more health conscious about eating choices and lifestyle choices and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That-
That's
I think that's
important.
definitely key as we all are getting
It
a little
is.
older. I mean, it's like
I'm not.
I know you're stuck in a time frame. I think you have a show tonight. We're back in the 90s now. Are you singing later?
I'm singing.
You and
later,
Crystal
y'all.
Williams.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be the one on stage, not right. But no, I think it's definitely important to have those accountability partners with health, with emotions, with everything. So when you guys are like really, have you guys ever seen? I'm assuming you have, but I'm asking for the sake of the conversation. Have you ever seen each other cry? And what do you say when you see a man crying? What do you do with that emotion?
Have I seen you cry?
I mean, we've been to like funerals.
I don't know.
Like not like I'm just like broke down in tears.
Yeah. I don't know.
40 years, one of y'all done cried.
I don't know if we've ever, not that I can recall, to be honest. I don't think we've ever. I've seen a lot of my good friends cry in front of me, but I don't think he or I. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Or we've been in certain places where I was misting up, but we weren't quite like, God bless the dead. When your mom passed, when my father passed, we were crying, but we were in different parts of the service, of the building and whatnot. But no, but I've seen my friends cry. It don't bother me. Bring it in, bro. Bring it in. If I'm not above that. Like, he's in pain because you macho black, especially black men don't cry. Don't let them see you cry. Karate man cry on the inside. Like nobody got time for that, man. We old as hell. We middle aged. And bring it in. Let it out. Better than to hold it in and then you go choke somebody on a bus 3 weeks from now or something. So let it out. Just get it all out, man. Like mental health is real. So don't try and be macho and hold all that stuff in. Just let it out. But yes, I've seen my friends cry. Most of them actually. Yeah. And I got,
You
I ain't
seen
had
Carl
anything to say.
cry?
I don't think so. Well, like he said, we've been to each other. We've been to each other's parents' funeral, but like like with life issues or the pressures of society, like we've gone to each other with those kind of problems, but it hasn't been a Lifetime channel kind of breakdown or anything.
Right.
But you know,
Oh,
she'll be back.
So as men, as we are black men, we're raised to be hard, tough, all these different things. What's your message? I don't know if you have a son.
No, a daughter.
Okay, so and you can hypothetically, if you had a son, what's your message to your sons if they needed to get that cry out? Are you saying, son, it's okay, let it out, or you want to see your boy suck it up? That's what we got more so.
I think it would be kind of the same advice through different parts of their life, as maybe from age 12 on down. It's like, go ahead, if the crying is injury based, it's like all right, it like hurts, and then you get past it. If it's pain or grief based, go ahead and cry.
Right.
And I guess pretty much, only using myself as an example, I guess, as we're parents, we kind of use ourselves as an example. I would allow my son to feel that grief. You let that grief out, and then kind of draw it back in and be like, all right, now I got to be strong for whoever else is in my family. But you gotta let it out. Let it out in some way, and try not. I would advise them as they get older, into teens or young adult, to be careful who they let it out around, as some weaker men may attempt to use your vulnerability against you. So be strong with the people you can trust. If you can't, be strong alone. Go, cry in the car, but let it out. Be strong around everyone else.
Safe space.
No
Now,
doubt.
Carl, he has a son.
I got 2 sons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
One's in his 30s and one just turned 21. I have seen both of them cry. I've told them don't be on the macho stuff. My youngest son, actually, we were at a funeral a few months ago for a real close cousin of ours that passed unexpectedly. And when we pulled up to the service, it was out of nowhere, because he's not an emotional kid. He's like me a lot. He's kind of too laid back half the time, like his old man. And he walks up to me and he just says, "Dad, I love you, man. Like, don't go nowhere." And he hugged me and just started crying. And he was like, if something happened, sorry, boy, I don't mean to put your business out on the street, but they don't know who you are. But yeah, and he did. But he did, and it really, it was a moment. It was a good moment. And I've always encouraged him a lot of what's piggybacking off of what Stan said. Cry, let it out. Beware who you cry in front of, because some people may try to use it against you, but don't hold it in. If you need a moment, go to your car, go to your room, get behind doors, cry. But if you need to let it out, just don't let the grief consume you.
Yeah.
Don't let it turn into something that you're not, because you're going to have to go back out there and fight at some point. So just let it out, have your moment, pray, and get back out there and keep it moving.
Wow. Yeah. Let me say this to you, bro. I think that speaks to you as a dad, that he appreciated you in that moment, and he came to you. To me, that's dope. That lets me know you've done an awesome job raising some balanced, well balanced emotionally children who appreciate you.
He asking his mama for money right now. I need pizza money.
Well, look, he balanced. He's asking her. He might have hit you earlier, so he's balanced. But nah, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
I can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah,
No doubt.
for sure. Just want to shout out a couple people that is actually tuning in. Shout out to Levante. Shout out to Ivan Thomas, Darian Gillette. Thank you for tuning in. Darian said, "Good to get out, because if not, it can come out the wrong way." Absolutely. It definitely can. It definitely could come out the wrong way, which we all know, and not just Philly. You guys are from Philadelphia. But this is happening everywhere. But Philly gets a lot of, when you look on the news, you see a lot of stuff going on in Philadelphia, right? And a lot with our youth. What is happening? Like, and y'all, what do you think? And these are young men. There's some young girls out there too.
It's a lot of young girls, but
yeah, for sure.
ask Lululemon.
But What do you think is happening?
These niggas is wilding. That's what it is. These niggas is wilding. They have no home training. If you try to bring some, they want to slap a teacher. The teacher calls the parents. The parent want to whip the ass along with the student. I mean, we were brought up with some common sense. We still did our dirt, but we still had some respect. It's a microwave generation. The incentive entitlement is crazy. They want everything now. You can't speak to them. They want to shoot you, especially living in Philly. They want to shoot you, whip your ass, rob you, all of the above. I don't know where the respect is. Like, it's crazy. Like, living in Philly it's next level. It's you just see it everywhere you go. Like, I don't beep the horn. I don't do any of that stuff. I drive my old ass around them. I was coming home from work. They were double parked in the street. The dude was leaning in the car. I waited till that light turned green, and I calmly cruised around him and kept going. I'm not blowing the horn to stop them. I mean, you know, I got one gun. I can't handle 5 at the same time. I'm not that good a shot. So it's just no respect. I think the biggest thing, there's no respect. There's no accountability, no sense of responsibility. It's, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want when I want and get the hell out my way or get down and lay down. I mean, that's Philly.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Only want to piggyback off of Carl's point that I think we had the discussion. I've had the discussion with some other people that I think I call the pandemic the apocalypse. The apocalypse. No, I mean, seriously, I think the apocalypse showed a lot of people, not just Philly, but around the country. Right. The apocalypse showed a lot of people that I guess what you thought was going to happen, it didn't or isn't. So people are now doing anything. Like, I mean, 10 years ago, you would never think that you and your friends would drive to a Walmart, break the windows, and run in and start stealing stuff. But it happened during the apocalypse. So because of that, as Carl said, that kind of, oh shit, like SWAT didn't come, police didn't come, it kind of worked. So you just start driving around and breaking in places. Tanks didn't come, planes didn't come. So it kind of empowered some young people that may have wanted that, some serious criminals, some people that are just messing around, like that group of students on Upsall. Remember when they school let out and they just started dancing, they stopped traffic and they just started dancing on the cars. That's where a lot of this like strange I think behavior comes from, because everything is kind of like a dare, and I don't want to say there's no consequences, because people are like, oh, Larry Krasner, the DA is not really, but I believe from the apocalypse that because certain things didn't happen, so because of that, we now have the results of people. You try anything just to see if you can get away with it. Like you said, there's been carjackings. The girl got her window kicked in. There's people riding motorbikes that stop traffic on Spring Garden or down Delaware Avenue. All this crazy shit is not only in Philly. Well, we have our own Philly shit with that, but in other parts of the country, there's crazy stuff happening because they're like, well, what's really going to happen? You go into a store. I mean, did you ever think, you may have done dumb stuff like steal out of Wawa, but do you ever think you just go into a store, grab a rack full of clothes and run out laughing? Because nothing really happened. So it's like, why not? And this generation,
sorry, law prevention is just like,
they want their lives.
They feel like you at the light. I'm not about to get it ain't that deep.
And that is true. I'm in retail, and they're like, I probably shouldn't say disclassified, but they're like
classified information.
They're like, only certain people who have been trained can stop customers. So I'm watching people. Is this my camera? I'm watching people steal, and I have to act like they're not stealing. Like, dude, I just saw you put the shit in your coat, and then, oh yeah, I like came in with it. I'm like, really? I walked in with it. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you gonna pay for that? Oh yeah, I came in with that Steel Reserve. I'm like,
Steel Reserve, damn.
Steel Reserve. Or should I say, I work in alcohol. So people be stealing all the time, and they just try it. Sometimes
Yeah.
if you're not, I remember there was one. Sorry, keep it brief. But one guy was at the. I was stocking, so he walked by with the process. Oh, let me go ring him up. He was on the way out the door. So another coworker was like, "Yo, you gonna pay back?" He was like, "Oh, well, there was nobody at the register."
Wow.
So, like I'm saying, people, you're trying things. You're just trying things. I'm like, Carl, come on.
Yo, let me ask you this. What part? I mean, this is Father's Day month, and this is not pointing a finger, but what all these kids that are out here doing all kind of crazy stuff all the time, boys and girls. How big of a role you think it is that with the dad not being there? Is this on us as men that are not?
So
around?
so before y'all answer that, actually someone put that in the chat. They said facts, but some didn't have nobody to show them growing up how to deal with emotions. They move a lot on emotions, not logic, as much as my generation did. Got a lot to do with lack of males in the home coming up. So what is y'all thoughts about that and the question? Because that's pretty much the same thing. Thanks,
Darian.
Oh, well, I have the mic. Thanks, Darian. I guess in my case, like I had referenced, like I didn't grow up with a father. I had, God bless her soul, I had a strong mother that instilled some values, and like I said, like I don't know, I had it. I'm a law and order military kind of person that I'm like, okay, this is the law, and you don't break that law, or this happens. Right. And I guess that's why in my opinion, I see that. But if I was young and I saw that what I thought was going to happen doesn't, and then I had people close to me, Carl, Darius, or whatever, be like, yo, we're gonna go in snipes and we're just gonna kick the windows in and nothing's gonna happen. I think I may have been down with it. I may not. I guess it all depends on your own personal ethics. And like you said, if you had a strong male at home, knowing that, as some fathers have said, hey, if you get locked up, you won't stay there. Yeah. That maybe the absence of that, or maybe just peer pressure, like peer pressure may override it. Smith.
Darian Gillette, that's on point, bro, because I was going to touch on that when I saw it pop up on the screen. I grew up with a strong father, pretty much a maniac, as we all are, and I kind of, you always say, I'd be like my parent, but I wanted to be like my dad, and I tried to. I'm not as hard on my kids as he was on us, but I don't care what anybody say. There is nothing like hearing that booming voice when stuff goes left. With my instant fear, because when you had that thought, and there was plenty of times where some of my other friends was like, hey, we gonna do the such and such, and I was like, word. And I thought about it, and all I thought was my dad. Shit, nah, I'm good. I'm going home, bro. Y'all be cool. I'm gonna take my ass in the house and let me know how it turns out. It was that fear. Nothing instills that fear like your father. I don't. What? My father was from Trinidad, so it was that. If all you get locked up, I ain't coming. If they hold all you, I ain't coming to no jail cell to get you. That's where your ass gonna be. And that's they was not playing. Like, stuff happened, and I saw my parents like shit. So I had an older brother and an older sister, and I saw stuff, and I was like, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna end. They get their ass beat. Nope. I ain't ass beat. The punishments. Nah, I'm cool. That male presence. So the same thing with my kids. It was, I'm usually quiet. I let the mother do the disciplining for the most part. But the good thing, the fear was still there and is still there. Like, if I wild out, they're like, oh shit, it's real. Dad is yelling. Yeah. Like, we're gonna bounce. Dad is wilding out. So it's nothing like a strong male presence in the house. That's my opinion, but that's what I believe.
No, I agree. Listen, you said something right there that I think that we all grew up under that. The word fear. Like, the fact that I think it's okay if kids have a little bit of fear of your parents. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be when they walk in the room, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Yeah. But if there's nothing going on,
consequences.
But the fear of, if I do this dumb thing right here, I'm gonna get effed up. And kids today don't live with that little bit of fear, and kids today are not afraid of consequences. Mm-hmm. That goes back to the store and people walking in and stealing, taking racks. There's no fear.
When they start crying, when they're in front of the judge, that's when they start crying.
Right.
When they get that sentence, you can pull it up on YouTube and look at 100 videos. When they get that sentence, that's when it's tears
First
galore.
48, when they interview
Yeah, when they interview
Because
room.
it's too late. Now.
Yep.
You
They
know
start
what I'm saying?
snitching. Malik did it.
Yeah.
Everyone start talking then. The detective get you. It's too late now, bro. That's your ass. Everybody starts snitching on everybody.
We got a comment coming in from Deborah. Deborah says a very good store closed in our neighborhood because
yeah.
of the theft, and the employees were powerless.
Wow.
Now people without transportation can't get the good deals. The community suffers because of this behavior. Absolutely. Thank you, Deborah.
Wow.
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Deborah's definitely right. Everyone tear up your own hood.
So how do we begin to even fix this, because it is so out of control? It is so. I know you guys have a new mayor in Philadelphia. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I'll go back to my other question. So how do we, in your opinion, how do we even begin to clean some of this stuff up? Shout out to Safansi. Thank you for tuning in.
Well, I give it. The new mayor's trying. Like, she's coming out the gate blazing.
Okay.
She's already made a lot of enemies, but I give her an A for effort. Like, she's cracking down on tinted windows. She's cracking down on people fixing their cars on the sidewalk. Mostly because, in AutoZone, you always got the hookup crew that's there. You get your oil change for $17 instead of going, So, people trying to, hustle, but she's cracking down on a lot of things. And she's
too, right?
Huh?
Another thing in Philly, you can't wear that.
Yeah, you can't rock the poosh shiesties no more. The poosh, that's what they call them. Yeah, the poosh shiesties. The ski mask. The ski mask, I'm sorry. The ski mask, for those that are not informed. Yeah, poosh shiesties. That's what they call it in the street. That's what they're called. Yeah, he used to rock them. And you see everybody wears them. Yes.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm getting old.
But in Philly, you can't wear. If you go into a store with one on, they will kick you out. They won't even let you in. And then, if you're walking around the street with them on, and I mean, hell, if I'm at an ATM and I see a dude walking up with a ski mask, I'm out with that. I'm shook. Like,
Exactly.
nigga, take that off. Like, it's 70 degrees out here for one.
Exactly.
What you trying to prove?
Today, I was driving my son off to work, and I'm driving back, and I seen this guy. All I see was his eyes. Caucasian guy. He was walking around, had army fatigue on, a bandana over his face, and a ski mask over top of that. And
So he's an active shooter.
and he's just walking down the street. And I'm like, I feel like I need to report him. But what do I say?
First of all, do you know how musty he is? He's 88 today. You got all that on. Them pits is barking.
Right.
Pits
Right.
is barking.
It's like
Yeah.
it's hoodies all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's crazy. You want to read Darren's comment?
I'm gonna give it a try. All right, Carl. Let me get. Never mind. Women work on more emotions, and men usually work more on logic. And the fear/respect of dads is different. And we usually make them a little stronger because mommy going to protect the babies, even the bad ones. True. Men can understand to let you learn your lesson because by saving you and teaching you about consequences. Listen, single moms or just moms, period.
Okay.
I said moms, period. Relax.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Very deliberate.
I felt the heat right there. I think what happens a lot of time. You tell me if I'm gonna get your opinion because I grew up with a single mom.
Yeah.
I think sometimes women overcompensate for that dad not being there by giving them everything that they think that will help them feel that void of having their father there, including the zero discipline. So I'm not gonna discipline you because I it's my fault that your dad isn't here or whatever remorse they may have. And we just give, and we create these entitled little individuals who don't have any respect for adults, teachers. So if they don't respect your mother or your dad, you're damn sure not gonna respect when the police gives you a command. I say it all the time. Like when it comes to dealing with the police, we have to take our ego and our bravado out of it. They will kill us for the littlest thing. And I can't seem to get. I work with a bunch of teenage boys, and I'm trying to get them to understand that. Like, bruh, it doesn't matter. Like it could be something that is definitely not worth dying over, and you end up dead. So we have to really be careful when sending that message. But these kids have no fear of anything.
Yeah. So, I just want to clarify because I hear this a lot. Single moms the difference between single moms and then someone that because I know when if you know, you might look at me and say, oh well, you're a single mom. I'm not.
Right.
You know, I'm divorced, but their father is very active in their life, right? So it's when we say the single moms, I think sometimes people like it's broad and they don't separate that. Just because a woman is single doesn't mean that the father is not active in their life.
She's just not married.
Okay. Or she could be divorced, or the father could be a widow, right? But
She's just not married.
right. But it doesn't mean that the father isn't in her life. Now, my sons, of course, they live with me, but I can look at them and they will straighten up quick. And it's just the level of respect that they have for me. And you know, they know.
And you did
You
it
know what I'm
early
saying?
though. You
Yeah.
can't start disciplining and
Exactly.
creating that at 12 or 13. It's
Exactly.
too
Exactly.
late. She
But
starts
the
at
other
3, 4,
thing
5.
too, is we gotta talk to our kids and like have real conversations with them. We be like, "Ugh, don't stay out of grown folks' business, or don't worry about that because I said so." Well, what does that mean? How are they going to learn if you constantly saying because I said so?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, I have an amazing relationship with my sons, right? And everybody in here know that. And the other thing is that's because I have conversations with them.
Right.
I was talking to them when they were young. They can come to me and talk to me about anything.
Right.
And the only thing I tell you not to do, and y'all know, don't lie to me. I do not like a liar. And that just takes me in a whole different place. So when that happens, it does. It takes me a
Can't
whole
stand a liar.
different place. That's trauma. Don't lie. So, you know, I think it's a relationship. Even as a mom, you can still raise good sons that can be well behaved. You can. I think that you have to be able to stop trying to be their friends all the time, right? And they can't be right. Stop trying to be their friends all the time. You have to draw that line, but they also have to feel comfortable enough to come, you know, to talk to you and have a conversation.
Right. Agree.
So that's important. So we about to wrap up, guys, but I just wanted to. There was another. Oh, you had something to say? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Steve.
Briefly, you had touched on it. I wanted to ask you and Eli and even Carl to speak a little about parents not being their child's, you know, quote unquote friend, and if you could, the difference you touched on it a little bit also, the mother-daughter difference than the mother-son's difference, because in some people I've known, when it's mother-son, it's like that son is like is like, you know, that's my mom, I'll do anything for her. It's like a certain thing. But when it's mom and daughter, it's like it might as well be the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's like that daughter gets with that mom, like toe to toe. So can you? I know I gave you like 3 different things. So
no, so let me go to a clinical level with girls, and this is something that a lot of people may not know, but young girls between the ages like 15, adolescent girls, right? This is crazy, y'all, because of where their hormones are during that time, and them growing, their hormones is just out of whack. It has been said that a young girl that age, between ages 15, 16, maybe 14, 15, 16, can also be looked at as mentally insane based off of their hormones.
That explains a lot.
Okay, based off of their
this is what I gotta look forward to.
Right. So and will they grow out of that? Absolutely, but it's very challenging.
comes back after
unless there is some real mental stuff going on. But their hormones is just so out of whack and so all over the place.
It's called behavioral shift.
That if you know, literally some of the things that they're going through, you can look in the DSM-5 and just diagnose them with pretty much everything. But this is why you shouldn't put a diagnosis on someone that young, that like a hard diagnosis, because a lot of the stuff is hormonal, you know, and then some of it it could be an issue, could be some things happening. So
well, I won't go clinical, but I'll speak to the friendship part. I knew for a fact that growing up, I wasn't my mom's friend. I wasn't nowhere near her peer. I wasn't the little homie. I was none of that. I grew up in a, do as I say, not as I do, stay in the child's place era. But however, I have 2 daughters, and now I have a 17-year-old in the house with me now. And it's tricky because you need to have that very cordial, loving relationship to be able to have a back and forth dialogue about what's going on in her daily life, because they need that male perspective. So if you're just gruff and rough and all of that, she's not going to come to you. And yes, she can go to her mother, but her mother can't tell her about what another boy might be thinking because she wasn't a boy. So it's a really tricky thing. I think you got to have that. It's a level of friendship you have to have, but you still know you'll get effed up if you go left. But it still has to be that trust there to where you have to create that so she can still come to you. So is it a friendship? Yeah, but with respect on top of that. Like we know not to. And she knows she don't want to disappoint me. So we have a relationship to the point where she knows that she doesn't want to disappoint me. At least I feel either that or she's the world's greatest actress. But I feel like that's what we have.
Yeah.
Genuinely. So it's a tricky thing.
Absolutely.
But it has to happen to create that dialogue with your daughters.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say the same thing. Like my sons, if they did something that really bothered me or disappointed me, like it hurts them. They will apologize until they just can't apologize no more,
Really?
And but it's going to happen. We move on. I'm not beating them over the head. Like, you learned your lesson and we talk it out, and then that's that. But I think the other thing too, and I know we got to wrap up soon. I think the other thing is a lot of parents don't respect their kids because
Explain.
they
Speak
feel
to that.
a lot of parents feel that they're kids and kids don't deserve respect. You're a child, right? And that's how they look down, and you're a child, and they talk to their kids crazy, right? Or they just have no respect for their kids. However, they're humans and they deserve respect. So how can a child have respect for other people if they're not feeling respected?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people might disagree with me, but what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, I've seen this not only just professionally, but just period. You gotta show your kids some level of respect. How do they learn? Kids model behavior. So if you're being disrespectful, and then you wonder why they in school being disrespectful, well, they get it from home. They get it from you.
That is true.
Right? But the first thing a parent would say was, well, they don't do this at home. Yes, they do. Stop lying. They do it at home.
They're acting like you. They're talking like you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bernie Mac said, you meet a disrespectful kid and follow him home, it's going to be a disrespectful mother.
Right there
open
at the door.
Please believe.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a deep conversation, because we can go on and on with that. But I think level parenting, we got to also change some things of how we parenting our kids, and allow other people to speak to your child and talk to your kids. Back in the day, we didn't do certain things because we know the neighbor was going to check us. We know grandmom going to check us, and the mama at the church is going to check us. We're not going to do certain things, right? But now people don't want you to say nothing to their kids. I don't care if you are running around here punching people in the face. Don't talk to my kid like that. What? So yeah. Hey, Kayla. Kayla says Kayla said that's good. Some parents have to realize it's no longer parenting at a certain age. At some point, it's guidance. Yeah. I agree. Parents have to know when to stop parenting. Can't parent grown people. Can't parent grown people. Yeah, I always say parent at age appropriate, right? If your child, you can't be parenting your 16-year-old like they're 8.
Yep. Well, listen, I know we're short. Can I just ask you one more question?
Yeah.
So you have young adults, right, Carl?
I got all 8. Yeah, I got a bunch.
So because I'm in this weird space right now. So my kid she just turned 17. But anyway, there's going to be this time where she's between 18 and 20. You're not all the way out the house. You're in college. You're coming back home. So this little gray area of
young woman.
The rules are still the rules, and you can't do just what you want. But I am also 21.
Mhm.
How have you? I think you're the only one in the room with that age. How have you dealt? Speak to that really quick before we get out of here.
Yeah, my girls are 21 and her sister is 31. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry, Ty. She just turned 24. My bad. So I got a 24 and a 31-year-old. Those are my daughters. So yeah, 24 and 31. All right, my bad. When they both started hitting around that age, around 17, 18, the rules still apply, but they were the gray areas you were talking about. You got to bend them. You got to let them spread their wings. If you don't let them do nothing, they're not going to be able to figure nothing out. You got to let them get out there, F up, and then, figure it out.
Right.
You hope that the teachings you've been instilling them, the stuff you've been schooling them on their whole lives comes into play when they walk out the door. You can't keep them under lock and key because then they're going to be sneaking out the back window and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of let them go, but we got information. Where you going? Just tell us where you're going. Put your tracker on so your brother and sister can find my iPhone, put it on so they can track where you're going. We're not going to check on you. You going to such and such party? Fine. We'll even drop you off. You want to take an Uber there? Fine. But, we still let them go because we're like, we can't. They're growing up. I was doing way more. I'm a boy, but you just you can't keep them under lock and key. You just can't. You just got to trust that they're going to make good decisions when they go out into this crazy ass world. And that's the best. I mean, you basically keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a bang up job. I'm on the outside looking in, of course, but keep doing what you're doing. Just bend the corners a little bit. When you might say no, they're 18, 19, 20, they're going to be all right. Go to the party. Like you said, just track them. You could be home. All right, they're still at the party. All right. When they get to a certain time, your ass better be on your way. Whatever time. It ain't 10 o'clock no more now. It's 1. You're 20 years old. You can't tell them to come in at 9 o'clock. You're messing up the flow.
Tricky time. Right there.
When the day was away for college, I'll be like, Shannon be like, if you don't get off that phone,
Leave that boy alone in the dorm.
I'm like, oh, he's in his dorm. But see,
No, his phone's in the dorm. Phone in the dorm. He out there like.
But seriously, but for me, the comfort, because it was so many different shootings and stuff going on, and all of that craziness, and we're getting alerts. I can always look and see he's safe, he's good, what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, guys. Well, man, this actually went pretty fast. It was a great conversation. It's always good having you.
As always.
Y'all gotta
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, y'all gotta come raw.
We might have to go up to their house and do it.
We're gonna wear us out.
We might have to go to Philly and do it.
Yeah.
And like, these two fools again. Damn.
Is there any last minute words you guys would like to say?
Just thanks for the Rebirth for having us once again. Y'all keep doing the damn thing.
Thank you.
We're happy to come up here and hang out when necessary. Thanks everybody for listening. Let's keep this thing rolling. See y'all at the get together.
Yes, sir.
The
Rebirth meetup.
We gonna cut up.
20th. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, go to rebirthu.com and get your tickets. The tickets are only $20, guys. That's all. Come on now.
$20. That's a round.
Yeah, come on now.
That's one round.
We're gonna have a great time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We really, really appreciate you. We appreciate your support. If you have not done so already, make sure you actually if you guys would go over to YouTube and just subscribe to our channel, it would be such a great help. That helps us bring good content to you every week. So go to Rebirth You Podcast on YouTube and subscribe right now. Until next week. Oh, next week we got Duffy Samuels is coming on, and we're going to be talking about Black men and the community. Okay? So until then, we'll see you guys next week. Have a blessed week.